Do you squander the time? Do you know time is a life's great leveler? Squander the time, leveler, also runs. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய வேர்ட்ஸினுடைய மீனிங்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு நினச்சிங்கன்னா, அந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் எப்படி அப்ளை பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்லாம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு நினச்சிங்கன்னா continue watching. Welcome to day 37 of 101 Days Challenge with the book Robin Sharma's Who Will Cry When You Die? Congratulations! Small steps that we take every day help us to reach the Himalayan heights one day. இந்த 37 daysல நம்ம முடிச்ச 36 daysல உங்களுடைய இங்கிலீஷ் லாங்குவேஜ் ஸ்கில்ஸ் எவ்வளோ டெவலப் ஆயிருக்கு தெரியுமா? அண்ட் இந்த கம்மிங் டேஸ் 101 வரை நம்ம ரீச் பண்ண போகிறோம். அப்போ எவ்வளோ அழகாக உங்களுடைய லாங்குவேஜ் டெவலப் ஆகுதுன்னு நீங்கள் டெய்லி எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கீங்க. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about the feedbacks that I'm receiving. Feedbacks கிடைக்க நான் உங்க கூட ஷேர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். Thanks a lot for the feedbacks. Today we are going to start the session with master your time. Everybody says time is precious. Time once lost is lost forever. But how can we use the time effectively? Which is important? Which work should we do at first? Robin Sharma shares his views about master your time. First, நம்ம vocabulary பார்க்க போறோம், new words ஓட meanings பார்க்க போறோம், then pronunciation practice, after which it's read and retell. Guess the word. Let's start. Guess the word. I'm going to tell the meaning of the word and you're going to find the word. It can be a word, phrase. Just try to find it. To waste or spend time foolishly. To waste or spend time foolishly. Yes, it's squander the time. Squander the time. People or things that are not successful or popular. People or things that are not successful or popular. It's also runs. Also runs. Next meaning, a person or thing that can make things equal or uniform. Make it equal or uniform. Leveler, leveler. Having no end, no end. That's right, it's infinite, infinite. Next meaning, to delay or put off something. To delay or put off something. You're right, it's procrastination, procrastinate. Having unlimited supply, having unlimited supply. It's inexhaustible, inexhaustible. நம்ம இப்போ பார்த்த இவ்வளோ வேர்ட்ஸில் எத்தனை வேர்ட்ஸ் நீங்கள் சரியாக ஆன்சர்ஸ் கண்டுபிடிச்சிங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. எந்த வேர்ட் உங்களுக்கு புதுசாக இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டும் கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. புது வேர்ட்ஸை நம்ம ஒரு முறை கேட்குறோம், அடுத்த முறை அந்த வேர்ட்ஸை நம்ம எழுதும்போது ஆர் டைப் பண்ணும்போது அந்த வேர்ட் நமக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆகும். இன் தட் வே எந்த வேர்ட் உங்களுக்கு புதுசாக இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. Now we are jumping into pronunciation practice. As I read, you can repeat after me. As you travel with me for the 101 days, 401 days, you can find a great change in your pronunciation. You can find a great change in the way of you pronounce the words, in your intonation, pause, stress, and linking sounds. Let's start today's work. 37. Master your time. I've always found it ironic that so many people say they would do anything for a little more time every day, and yet they squander the time they already have. Time is life's great leveler. We all have the same allotment of 24 hours in a day. What separates the people who create great lives from the also-rans is how they use these hours. Most of us live as if we have an infinite amount of time to do all the things we know we must do to live a full and rewarding life. And so we procrastinate and put the achievement of our dreams on hold while we tend to do those daily emergencies that fill up our days. This is a certain recipe for a life of regret. A novelist, Paul Bowles, once wrote, because we don't know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. Yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood, some afternoon that's so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it? Perhaps 4 or 5 times more. Perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20? And yet it all seems limitless. Commit yourself to managing your time more effectively. Develop a keen sense of awareness about how important your time really is. Don't let people waste this most precious of commodities and invest it only in those activities that truly count. It is said as high leverage activity. We have discussed this, or we have learned this particular concept in the previous topics. High leverage activity அப்படின்றது எந்த டாபிக்ல பார்த்தோம்னு உங்களுக்கு ஞாபகம் இருந்துச்சுன்னா மென்ஷன் பண்ணுங்க. ஹை லிவரேஜ் ஆக்டிவிட்டின்னு சொல்லும்போது எந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி பண்றதுனால நமக்கு நிறைய ப்ரொடக்டிவிட்டி இருக்குமோ, நிறைய பெனிஃபிட்ஸ் பலன்கள் எதனால இருக்குமோ அதுதான் ஹை லிவரேஜ் ஆக்டிவிட்டி. Invest your time only on those activities that truly count. Do you think spending your time in this 101 days challenge truly counts? It is. This exercise is helping in many ways, knowing new words. So it is helping in your vocabulary development, pronunciation practice, flow. Your English skill is gradually developing. At the same time, you're also learning a lot of values which are needed for your life. We are learning it. Now let's start read and riddle. Read and riddle சொல்லும்போது இது இருக்கிறத அப்படியே சொல்லணும் அவசியம் இல்லை. இதில் இருக்கிற வேர்ட்ஸை பயன்படுத்தி ஃப்ரேசஸ், சென்டென்ஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி உங்களோட ஓன் சென்டென்சஸை நீங்கள் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். I start now. Master your time. Time once lost is lost forever. I'm a person who values my time. Not because I lost it earlier. I am committed to certain works and I schedule my work according to certain duration. Here the author has asked, do you squander the time? There are people who know what to do to live a fulfilling life. Yet they squander the time and then they say they're ready to do anything to get extra time. Everybody in this world is provided with just 24 hours. Certain people use it effectively and they become successful. And there are some other who do not use it effectively and they are also rants. When you analyze how successful people use their time, we'll know how we should use our time. Most of us live as if we have infinite amount of time. We know a lot of things to do, still we procrastinate the goals which are to be achieved. We give time to the daily emergencies and procrastinate the goals which will really take us to heights. Instead of doing that, we have to focus on high leverage activities. Life is an inexhaustible well. It doesn't get exhausted. It is an inexhaustible well. We have to find out how many times do we think about a certain things, certain pleasures. Do we think about 5 times, 6 times in a life? Do we think without doing it we'll not be able to conceive of life? If so, we can give importance to it. Compare the work you do right now. Am I getting benefited by this? If you think you're getting benefited by this, how much? How much are you benefited by this? If you have two activities, we can do the contra comparison and find which is a high leverage activity, and we have to focus on that. Focusing on high leverage activity, which means invest your time on the activities which really count. I believe this 101 days challenge is one such activity where you have invested your time. We are going to meet tomorrow to learn another effective value that is necessary for our life. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Arivomangilam, Velvom Ivula. Nandri.